Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's fourth video. Going to have a look at the weather. 10 to 14 days for today's fourth video. Day 10 will take us to the 8th of July. And we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the CFS V2 ensembles. Pretty much transcript weeks. We'll have a look at CFS V2 for July itself at the end of the video. And I should get on that for you in a moment. Just say that first. Video today was our 6 AM UK weather forecast. We've also released a little update for the Godiva Festival and Push Grand Prix, and if that wasn't enough, Jamie Friday as well, we've got the EC42 day coming up through the ceiling, busy old day. GavsWeatherVids 5 videos, goodness gracious me. Please like, share and subscribe on all of today's videos content, and thank you so much everybody for doing that for Gavs or WeatherVids. Thank you so much everyone. Right, okay, well, let's start off with the situation with Tropical Atlantic, shall we? Hold on, let me just put my leg and foot up, hang on. Oh, blimey. There we go. That's better. Right, okay, let's start. Sorry about that, everyone. Let's start off with the situation with Tropical Atlantic. 3 interest areas, yellow X in the Gulf of Mexico and a red and yellow X in the Atlantic. Let's deal with this one. First of all, that is disturbance 1. You've got a 30% chance of cyclone formation in the next 2 and 7 days in the Gulf of Mexico there. Bay of Campeche, actually. I think that is Gulf of Mexico. Oh, no, it's the southwestern Gulf of Mexico and the Western Caribbean. Right, okay. We've also got disturbance 3 with a 0% chance of cyclone formation in the next 2 days, 20% chance in the next 7 days, and then we've got disturbance 2 with a 90% chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours. That looks like it's going to pop, doesn't it? A low pressure system located around 1,500 miles east-southeast of Windward Islands is gradually becoming better defined. Showers and thunderstorms are also showing signs of organisation, and a tropical depression or tropical storm will likely form later today or on Saturday. This system is expected to move westwards at 15-20 miles per hour and approach the Lesser Antilles by the end of the weekend. Interests there should monitor progress of this system, and then for more information, including gale warnings, see the high seas forecast. Looks like that could be our next named tropical storm. Still very early days for this season. We already have one tropical storm. Looks like that's going to be our second one joining the party, and we're still not even in July yet. So again, just a sign that by the time we get through to the peak of season, September, October, we will probably be well and truly under precaution. As I say, or as I've said, GavsWeatherVids 2024 hurricane season forecast is for the first hyperactive season since 2020, and I've got a feeling this is an early heads up of trouble to come. So we shall, of course, monitor that and see what happens. Coming back to home, central temperature now gone into the 14s as expected. We're now sitting at 14.0, which is just 0.1 of a degree below 61 to 90 average. That is provisional to yesterday, to the 27th of June. I'll probably tick up a little bit more. I think we're probably going to finish about 14.2, something like that. We're just going to pip May, actually. So May came in to 14.1, and we're just going to pick that, I think. But it's very, very close to having June cooler than May, which is quite unusual. These were GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles the next couple of weeks. We're at rugby today. The red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average. For rugby, we're starting off below average with the upper air temperature at the moment. To say generally average or below average through the next week or so to the end of the first week of July. Generally slightly cooler than normal. Into the second week of July, we do see the upper air temperatures lifting up a little bit then. Signs of a bit of a warning trend. Of course, that's a long way off, very extended range, therefore unreliable. Precipitation-wise, gradually getting more unsettled as well. So not much in the way of rainfall over the weekend to the start of next week. But as we go through next week, particularly as we go into the second week of July, the signs are there, but it looks like it's turning more unsettled. Again, this is all extended range stuff. Does look very wet then, but it is extended range, so it's unreliable. But it looks as though the trend is relatively cool and unsettled, or increasingly unsettled, through the first week of July, unfortunately. Temperature anomalies are back today, so from the 28th of June to 6th of July, they're coming out below average, going to be cooler than average week to come. And precipitation anomalies from 28th of June to 6th of July, dry than average for Ireland, England, Wales, but a little bit wetter than average for parts of Scotland, particularly the north and the west. Latest wind from that from earthnorthschool.net shows got low pressure to the north of Scotland. We're bringing in quite a strong and cooler west or northwesterly wind today. So sorry everyone. Right, let's start going through chart data then. Let's have a latest UK Met Euro run. It's looking for midnight on Monday. Slightly little transient ridge just out to the southwest through the early part of next week. But trend second half of next week is for low pressure deeper in the Atlantic, brings some unsettled conditions, particularly to the north and west, but south and the east might just about hang on some drier conditions. But I think overall next week looking rather changeable. Icon again has in that northwesterly wind through the early part of next week with showers in the north and the west. Then low pressure deepening to the north of Scotland around the middle part of the week could bring a spell of wet and windy weather, especially into the north. We end Icon with the next area of low starting to push in. This a bit further south could bring some heavy rain into England and Wales by the end of next week. KMA, once more, with both northwest winds and showery conditions early part of next week, and low pressure deepening. And the Atlantic through the middle of next week could bring a spell quite wet and windy weather, and then very unsettled by the end of next week and into the first weekend of July, with a deep area of low pressure pushing through then, and further areas of low pressure heading in as we go through the second week of July. The KMA looking really quite unsettled and pretty cool as well today for the first 10 days of July. That gets us to 10th of July. GFS midnight run, once again with those westerly winds on Monday and Tuesday, sort of northwesterly, really bringing some showers into northwest, mostly dry in the south, bit on the cool side. Middle next week could turn wet and windy with that area of low pressure, especially so up in the north, and then showering to the second half next week, rather cool and showering to the first week of July, with the next area of low coming in by day 10, which is the 8th of July. Beyond that, well, some higher pressure starts reaching in from the southwest then. So to go for the second week of July, the GFS midnight run doing something different, as usual, turning drier and warmer here through the second week of July, albeit still a trough of low just out to the west of the country, but much more anticyclonic, drier, warmer second week of July for GFS midnight run. GFS 6 there by comparison, again for those west-northwest winds on Monday and Tuesday. Then low pressure deepens in the Atlantic through Wednesday and Thursday, could bring wet wind weather, particularly so up in the north into the first weekend of July. Another trough pushes through. This one a bit further southwards, could bring some heavy rain into the south. And then to the second week of July, well, no build of pressure with the GFS 6 said, like midnight run. Instead, we get this low pressure heading in from the Atlantic, turning increasingly wet and windy then. However, we do try and raise the heights to the south a little bit later on through the second week of July. Very extended range now. And I've got some very hot air being predicted just over continent. So really hot down towards Spain, Portugal. Very hot into much of France. We're just on the edge, just on the periphery of that. But wouldn't take all that much to start bringing that very hot air up from the south. But as it is, high pressure sort of remains to the west-northwest of us. So it does turn dry through towards the middle of July. But we stay generally on the cool side, with the heat being restricted to much of the continent, near miss there by the middle of July for some intense heat. If you're enjoying the video, please do like, share, subscribe. Thanks so much everyone for doing that. Why not drop a comment? Let's know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe to. We only need to put on around 15 subscribers to get to 18.6k. So if you could give us a sub, it would be incredible. And thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. Okay, GM, again with those west-northwest winds on Monday, could bring some showers into the north and the west. That goes on Tuesday. Then increasingly unsettled Wednesday to Thursday. Low pressure being wet and windy weather, especially into the north. Another low zipping through Friday through Saturday to Sunday. Looks very unsettled. Showers and or long spells of rain all the way up to day 10, and pretty cool as well. And then lastly, we've got the East Gem once again. This high pressure just reaching in from the southwest bring drier weather to the south and the west through the early part of next week, but with winds in from a west-northwest direction, it looks like it would be quite cool. And then low pressure zipping through around the middle part of next week, bringing unsettled conditions, showers and or long spells of rain. And those unsettled, cool and showery conditions carry on then towards the latter stages of next week. And into day 10, which is the 8th of July, low pressure brings further wet weather in from off the Atlantic, a pretty cool and unsettled ECM run. This is the visual precipitation forecast based on the ECM run from Tibet.com. Showers in the north at the moment, and just going to weekend, showers or long spells of rain, particularly towards the northwest, southeast, getting a lot of dry weather, but some showery conditions pushing southwards into Sunday. That could bring a little bit of rain to Glasgow goers, fortunately. As we go beyond that into next week, well, we've got some wet weather moving across the country on Monday, 1st of July. Then we're back into those showery conditions into middle next week. Some of those showers look quite heavy, could merge longer spells of rain. And then if anything, turns more unsettled into the second half of next week with showers and or longer spells of rain. Even down in the south, there could be some quite heavy rain pushing through by sort of days 7, 8, 9 and 10. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10 from the Icelandic Met Office. Gets us to the 8th of July. 20 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure to the north and high pressure to the south. We bring the wind in from the west. The driest weather will be in the south, most unsettled in the north. We've got 18 climate control and the operational run with low pressure more or less right over top of the country. Looks very unsettled. And we've got 13 again with quite deep low pressure more or less over the country. So if we put the 18 there together with 13 there, the majority option looks very unsettled at day 10. In 2 weeks' time, this is the option that we've got. It will get us to the 13th of July. 51 out of 51 members of the ECM ensembles with some sort of higher pressure in the North Atlantic and down towards France. And then probably an upper level trough through the UK and Ireland, so I'd imagine that could still be keeping things rather unsettled up to the middle of July. And then the CFS V2 finally for July, latest 700 millibar height anomaly forecast. Remember, these change on a daily basis. It looks like this today, though, with high pressure to the west and the southwest, low pressure to the northeast. That will bring the wind in from generally a westerly or northwesterly direction. That's quite a cool wind direction. So the temperature anomaly is no better than average, shows no real signal. And the precipitation, again, shows no real signal, but you'd expect the most unsettled weather with that will be in the north and west. Certainly, that ridge isn't in a position to be bringing much in the way of hot weather, though, so a relatively coolish July would probably be likely if that was indeed the anomaly that we had for the month. But we shall see about that. Time will tell. Okay, we're done. If you've enjoyed the video, please can you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you everyone bored doing that. Why not drop a comment? Let us know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe too. We thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, so we've got one more video to come. The ECM W42 day forecast. UK and Ireland will be released at 7 p.m. this evening. And the reason we're not releasing that tomorrow on Saturday morning, as we usually do, is that tomorrow we have got the first autumn 2024 season 1 roundup. You can get all the long range ones together for the autumn, first time this season, see what they're all shown. As well as that, tomorrow we've got 6 a.m. UK weather forecast, weekend forecast, and there'll be a 10 to 14 day as well. And then on Sunday, you've got a very big day to come on Sunday. So it's all going to kick off 6 a.m. UK weather forecast, and then can you believe it? It's that time of year. Again, we're going to be releasing the winter 2024-25 NAO forecast at 2 p.m. It's going to be premiere. It's going to be very, very exciting afternoon at GavsWeatherVids on Sunday, but once a year happening of the NAO forecast. So I shall see you on the red carpet for our winter 2024-25 NAO forecast premiere. And then hopefully, foot and ankle permitting, and England playing ball, we're going to be live streaming at 7 p.m. discussing the NAO forecast. So the live stream a little bit later on owing to the England game. I'm hoping they don't overrun into extra times and penalties and whatnot. If they do, we're in a bit of trouble. But assuming the match ends on schedule, which I think should be about 6:45, then we should be good to go for for our live stream at 7 p.m. I'm not particularly interested. I would live stream from England. So I don't really care about football, to be honest. But I know so many people will want to watch that game rather than see me live. So I don't want to compete with England and force people to choose. So personally, I would live stream at 6 p.m. and don't really care. But I know a lot of you do. So we shall live stream after the England game, hopefully at 7 p.m. If anything changes on that, then I'll let everybody know on the socials and whatnot. Right, okay, so of course that live stream will contain the 10 to 14 day as well. Right, we're done then. You enjoy the rest of your Friday afternoon. I shall see you for one of our updates, I'm sure, later on today or over the weekend, etc., etc. But for this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.